Hi there everybody and welcome back to the Focus Rage channel. I'm happy to see you here, and today we're gonna be talking about marketing and why I'm not getting any good leads from there. Now I'm working with all sorts of companies. Some are really big, others are a bit smaller. You know, SMEs, the size doesn't really matter, as they say, I think. But I have seen that constantly I'm getting these different types of understandings of what sort of a marketing campaign is the best for a specific product or service, how many marketing campaigns are there in the world, all sorts of types, and what's good, what's bad. Overall, there's a lot of confusion, especially when I'm speaking with someone that hasn't worked with me. Basically, it's a potential client, but we still haven't started doing anything. It's a whole different, it's like they're in the moon. So I actually want to cover this today, and I'm gonna try to give you only the most useful information out there. And believe me, this is gonna be just like 10% of the total details that you might be able to get when you actually have enough experience. But just some small background on me. I'm a sales guy, and as a sales guy for 12 years, regardless if I was just a worker, a sales rep, or then a manager or a director, eventually, you know, when the CEO, the owner of the company, comes to me and he hands me over a marketing that's worth $60,000, sometimes let's say $500,000, regardless of how good it is, because sometimes it's really bad, I have to give him profit, revenue. I have to turn something back. So I actually have an evolved sense of smell of which marketing works and which doesn't. And the first thing that I want to mention is, I'm sorry to say this, but no company is equal to another. Your product is not equal to other products. Your services are not equal to other services. Your investments behind you are not equal to those of other companies. And I see that many owners, when they come and speak with me, they really go the route of huge names. And I don't even need to mention it. I mean, you, like, each one of you knows a big name on the market in a specific industry. If you're an owner, or maybe you're working for one, obviously, don't try to go with the strategies that those companies are using. Those companies are worth 10, 20, 50 billion, some are in the trillions, all right? And using or trying to mimic them is not gonna do you any good, okay? So I actually wanna focus on these different types, the main ones, that are, you know, Facebook, Google Ads, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, Twitter, and some other stuff, okay? I want to actually focus on the main key differences there and your limits. One thing you need to know, and I need to always remind myself additionally, is that marketing has limits. It's directly correlated to the finances you put inside of it, and that's also why so many owners and heads of marketing, directors of marketing, try to provide the best quality for their department on what they're actually putting out there. But at the end of the day, every other company is doing that. So one way or another, you're still getting, because they are fighting and fishing for a good quality landing page or something. At the end of the day, eventually you also again get back to the financing, you get back to the budget, to the expenses. And for you to get enough good leads, you actually have to increase your volume, your consistency, and keep investing there. So let's just start with what's going to be useful here for you. The first thing, Facebook ads. If you're not, in my opinion, if you're not an e-commerce company, some kind of a product company, something small that you can flood your website with constant, visitors from Facebook ads. Also, Facebook is good for a bit more above middle ages, I would say, consumers. Don't do that. Don't do that. If you're a B2B type of a service, just don't do it. It's B2C, it's product oriented, more for e-commerce, and it's gonna get you, the majority of cases, clients that are above 45 years of age. Okay, there are some exceptions. As I said, not every company is the same, and actually I should mention it here. There are always industries in different years, right, that boom. For instance, if you're some kind of a company working with crypto in 2015 to 2017, and even today, but today the majority of them are scams, right? But if you're building some kind of a company based on crypto back then, you would be basically today a millionaire, a billionaire, or whatever. And regardless if you're running Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or whatever other ads, Google ads, you would still be getting leads. However, same goes for today for solar companies, for instance. If you're a solar company today, yeah, you can min-max, and there's specific campaigns that work more than others, but usually most of the platforms are going to be giving you leads. But for instance, if you're like me, let's say you are selling or providing solutions for sales training, outsourcing of teams, marketing campaigns, and all of those, Facebook is not the place for me. It really isn't. And for you as well if you're a B2B company. So Facebook, B2C, and also you would probably have to spend about $2,000 to $5,000 per month to get enough leads for a team of, let's say, 4 or 5 people. Okay, and still that will no, it really depends. Like every single company is different. You know, in some of the projects that I've worked with, we would be doing 360 calls per rep per day, which nobody believes me, by the way. In others, it would be about, let's say, 60 calls per day. So it really depends on a lot of things there. But that's gonna be your limit on Facebook ads. And if you want to really test it and you wanna stray aside from what I'm saying, consult with someone, get someone local or someone in another company or working specifically as an agency like this, and let them help you out with that, because you don't really need to go and spend money to learn a tough lesson, right? Like someone can just say it like I'm doing right now to you, and you just need to listen. Now, the second thing, Instagram. Instagram has ads and reels that are a bit more effective than Facebook, in my opinion, although you really need to separate those. So the ads on Instagram, I have seen, can turn a service-based solution into a profit, but still it's more B2C oriented. So you can have services there. It's not so much product oriented like Facebook, right? But it's still gonna be probably like 30% of your total, lead generation. The reels, on the other hand, for Instagram, if you're doing anything like this, I feel, and you're a company that's starting off, or maybe a company that has some time on the market already, you need a dedicated person for that. If you just have your head of marketing doing Instagram and Facebook and Google and doing it's not gonna be optimized properly, and you would still be wasting money and time. I think that you need just like someone young, motivated, outspoken, that does a lot of research daily, that posts content all the time and syncs that with your audience. So if you do go the route of Instagram, and this is similar to TikTok as well, for Reels, which is amazing if you know how to do it, organic, right? Traffic, you need a minimum of one dedicated person to do that all day. So, and you have to pay them whatever it costs. It depends on the region there in the industry. TikTok is also similar, although TikTok, bear in mind, is a platform where you're gonna have a younger audience. So if in Instagram you can catch almost everybody, and in Facebook it's gonna be a bit more on the top, 45 and above, TikTok is usually a bit younger, the younger generation is there. So you actually have to understand, if you're gonna be marketing any videos on TikTok and you would be making such a content, is your service and product directed towards younger audience? And if not, is it worth it right now at least to invest time there if you're chasing more revenue? Okay. Again, I'm gonna continue. And by the way, I'm rushing because last video again was 20 minutes. Subscribe and like, by the way, so I can continue making those, because I really want to see, so I can, actually, that was a dumb phrase. I have to tell you, I am gonna continue making them because I just like to make them, and I'm sure that in the future I'm gonna get more traffic and people are gonna start responding, because actually my top idea here is to start some kind of a communication with an audience. Also in the future, maybe do some live streams, do selling on the live streams and training, all of those things for free, because I want to give it and I want to share experience and knowledge with people. So I am going to continue doing this, but nonetheless, if you like what I'm saying and you like my style of talking, because it's definitely not for everybody, subscribe to the channel and just ring the bell and like and post a comment. Anything that you post, I had a guy on another video ask a couple of questions. I'm going to make a video on his comments, so you can do the same. Okay, but off to the next one. Many companies, especially smaller ones, I see, think that posting on LinkedIn, for instance, because we're getting into LinkedIn now, think that posting on LinkedIn is actually marketing. Me as a sales guy, an owner right now, I'm managing teams, I'm helping teams, I'm training teams in sales, how to close deals, build more, increase the average price of a contract in the long run, upsell, and all of those things. I separate marketing campaigns in two types: revenue build-up campaigns and brand awareness campaigns. And those that I explained up until here, they can be mixed, but definitely if you really want to have a good growth there, they're gonna have to be at least $5,000 per month invested there as a budget, because you would also have to test a lot of different campaigns. I would tell you immediately, regardless of how good you think you are, regardless of how good your marketing team is, probably only 2 out of 10 are always gonna be really good. And you would have to mix them and test them and update them, because you cannot be running it forever, right? So don't expect every single one to hit. The majority are gonna miss, and some are gonna hit, and you're gonna boost those and just put more budget and more budget there and keep on working. But I've worked with projects with companies that are 20, 30, 40 billion in annual revenue. And I can tell you, even for them, they have a ton of budget. They are investing into marketing. Again, 1, 2 out of 10 are actually really good campaigns. The rest are pretty crap. Not to mention sometimes they get like a ton of fake leads. So that's like a whole different topic. Be careful with those. The fact that you might get an agency or a service providing you with really expensive leads that guarantee you something, that's also like a red flag. Don't jump into that immediately, all right? Don't go there. Do some research, okay? But the posting is usually brand awareness. LinkedIn, Twitter, even like you have a Facebook group or something, that's brand awareness. So I see your brand, I see what you're doing, I see your service or product. Okay, cool, Meta-Nice is doing this or that. Fair enough. But now, me as a consumer or a business owner, I have to go into your website. I have to make the decision to review everything, maybe get some pricing or details, then maybe get on a phone call with your representative, start understanding the quotes and what exactly we can do together, and then buy. That post is just like 1% out of it, and it just piques my interest into the brand, but it has nothing to do with revenue. So if you're doing posts, certainly do posts, but don't always equate them to revenue. If you're having difficulties with the revenue, always start from your sales team, start from your revenue build-up campaigns. I'm gonna tell you which ones they are right now. And of course, maybe with the communication between your marketing and your sales team, because those are pretty bad in the majority of cases. Don't have bad communication between your marketing and sales department. You are wasting money. You're wasting money and time. Fix it immediately. But I told you about the posts. Now, the outreach campaigns that you can do, we all know them. There's 2 main ones: emailing and LinkedIn. Why is emailing so important? First of all, it's super cheap, so you should have it. Secondary, the bad thing is with the email outreach, campaigns, is that I'm speaking too fast sometimes and I stutter. I do apologize for that. But with emailing, you always need to understand that if I see an email from a random company, not just me, your clients, your prospects, I always translate that in my head as spam. So if you're writing something in the form of, "Hi, we're Meta-Nice, 12 years of experience on the market sales, we do this and this and that, blah, 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 I don't care, get away, I'm putting this in spam." Okay, I don't care about your company. You can certainly build email, so that's more again on the brand awareness. You can certainly build more of an outreach, directed approach with the emails per industry. Sometimes if your sales team is doing enough research per company, okay, but just be really direct, and that's how, like, what I've seen works. I can tell you I have seen it, and I'm receiving emails like this from 5 or 6 places that are worth more than 100 million. One is more than, doesn't matter, but it's like big companies, and it works. So what they do usually is 1, 2, 3 lines and an invite to a webinar or to a free consultation or a meeting. So it's gonna be like, "Hi, I see that you're working here and here and here. In your industry, I've seen for the past 2 years, the main issue would be lead generation, or tough communication in the internal departments, or whatever else, right? Or the revenue is not moving up because every single rep in your team usually would be, they wouldn't be growing on the targets that you're giving them. I'm not sure if it's the same for you. Maybe it is. Maybe you have another challenge, but I would love to provide you with a free consultation since this is the first time that we speak. Me and your company, we don't know each other. Here is the link. Feel free to click on that. We don't need to start immediately, but I'm sure it's going to be valuable and useful to you. So it's like a 1, 2, a link, and invite. The majority of people, when they see that, they're going to run off in the distance. That's cool. We're going to catch them with some other offer, but you would have a percentage that would immediately go there for a webinar or for a consultation, for a meeting, and join you and just basically join into a discussion with your sales rep. That's good. Do that. That's amazing. That's good. So that's a proper outreach campaign. Sometimes you might really miss it because you haven't addressed the problems properly in that industry, but that's what I would, maybe try to equate to growing the revenue. Not random emails, just sleeping and monologuing about my company. So that's about the emails. LinkedIn outreach is usually an automated or manual feature that your teams can do. You can do a lot of research on this if you want. Different companies provide different sorts of, I would say, criteria for starting such a thing. But overall, it simply boosts your engagement with your network, and that's going to be related to messaging them directly. Now, this is important because the way you can message someone from a personal profile can be a million different ways. And sometimes I would speak with a company that has done it and they would be like, it was super bad. Yes, it would be bad just the same way that, let's say, I would call the grandpa next door and get him here to sell your software development product or whatever, outsourcing or something. Yeah, because he wouldn't know what to do. He wouldn't know what to say. He's going to sound bad. And the same thing is for chatting. It's not obviously exactly the same because you don't hear my tone. But certainly, if I'm the one who's talking with you, you would feel a whole different way and you would be a tad more bit susceptible to actually purchasing from us and growing your interest. So the idea here is when you're doing all of those campaigns, I already mentioned them, right? Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, I wouldn't be B2C, B2B. I don't want to go there because when I don't know something fully, I don't want to pretend that I know it. So Twitter, find some information online from somebody else. I don't use it so much. None of my clients use it so much. I think it's more for threads, chatting, and info on like specific word topics. LinkedIn and emailing. These are your basic campaigns that you can build, and you also have YouTube videos like this. For me, this is a hobby, but it is indirectly linked obviously to my business, although I don't care what I'm getting from it. I just share out there and provide as much information as possible, and I'm going to continue to do that. But what I'm saying is the following. If you have tried all of those, stop discussing with an agency or a company or a partner and wondering and searching for something new. There is nothing new. What else can you do out there? What's new is the quality of how you build those, the quality. And some companies have a really good product, really good service, and they hit that cap, that limit of testing all sorts of campaigns on the second year. Others hit it on the fifth one, let's say. And they start getting confused because also they communicate between each other. They start getting confused and wondering what new can they do. There's nothing new. You've hit the cap of testing all the types. Now you need to upgrade all the types of campaigns and focus on the one that usually works for your specific product or service. 1, emails, always use it. Test it, use it, upgrade it, do whatever is needed. Don't spam people. All I'm saying is test out new strategies all the time. 2, LinkedIn outreach, messaging directly people. It's amazing and you should always have it because regardless if it gets you 30 meetings per month with high quality, high ticket decision makers, or 1 or 2 or whatever, those are always amazing people to speak with. Open-minded, they come positive or at least balanced. They ask proper questions. There's no bullshitting. There's no dumb ridiculous, useless objections in the beginning. So always use that. Those are the two things that you should always use: email and LinkedIn outreach. And then, depending on your industry and depending on the service that you're providing, go do Facebook ads, go do Instagram if you want, do whatever you want. And I'm gonna add one last one: YouTube. YouTube is the most time-consuming type of a campaign. And not only that, not only in time, but also in the way that you have to adjust yourself towards the audience, towards the algorithm, which is ridiculous, towards the way it's executed. For instance, right now I'm filming this. There was a fly flying around here. I don't know what it was. Now, if you see it or not, I have no idea, right? I don't care. You know why I don't care? Because I don't have the time to edit this. You know why I don't have the time? Because I've sent videos to get edited by 3 different people and I don't like how they do it. I don't like how they do it. I don't like the quality. I don't like the style. And it takes me the same amount of time to discuss with them what I need to have, what I need them to do with the videos. It's the same time as it takes for me to edit those videos myself. So what I'm doing is just one shot. I don't care what happens around me or how it looks. Take the information, use it, hope it's valuable. If not, next video, all good. But if you really wanna connect your videos with your business, then it would definitely have to be something much different than what I'm doing right now. Influencer type of shit. You know what I mean? Especially, as you can see, this is the only place where I curse, because it's my channel. I really wanna be direct and hard and honest and transparent. But if you are gonna be making videos, because I have clients that are making videos, they try to do it the zero budget route, or maybe $100 to get the video sorted out. It never provides anything back. Zero. If you are gonna be making videos and you are gonna be using that for marketing, you gotta invest a ton of money, between 10 to 50K, to produce it, to edit that, and to market it out there to your specific audience. And hopefully they like it and it works and it has like a good call to action. And then hopefully I trained your team on how to take those leads and close them. You know what I mean? So it's a really, really, really big expense if you go there, and you shouldn't be amazed by that. So when you're a company that has a budget of $1,500, $1,000, $2,000, please don't be amazed when your marketing campaigns are not working. There's nothing new out there that magically is gonna fix it. There's nothing that has a magic button that's gonna send you some leads. There's nothing like this. Everybody is trying to have the most organic traffic possible. Everybody's trying to have a good, high quality campaign, even though in the majority of cases it's mid-average, but still you're in the cube with the other ones, okay? So you're always stuck to the type, to the service, and to the budget that you're putting in there. That's why I'm telling you, always use the outreach campaigns that I said, email and LinkedIn, and then focus on the other ones, because those at least provide you with direct, immediate communication. Even if it's with one person, you should be able to close that person, because he wouldn't come to a meeting with you after such a chat or a message if he didn't need something. So all you have to do is prove his expectations and even outgrow them. That's it. That's it. So please stop searching for something new and understand that everybody, your internal marketing team or an external marketing team or sales, they're all gonna provide the same types of campaigns, but on a totally different level. The quality is always gonna be different, okay? If you're expecting to hear something new or whatever else, or you're just gonna be stuck wherever you are for many years, 1, 2, 3 years, until you finally decide to step out of, again, out of your comfort zone, out of that fear factor that you're stuck in, and put a bit more money there. And yeah, like everything requires an investment. Are you amazed by that? Are you amazed that everything requires an investment? Time, money, effort, those 3. Always. It's always there. So if you're asking me, yeah. Conclusion, focus on your sales team so you can actually close those people and businesses. Make sure you understand which type of a campaign is for your business. From the ones that I mentioned, I can go a bit like more into detail if you really are curious about any one of those. Make sure you always have outreach campaigns running, because those are direct invitations to a consultation, a meeting, or a webinar. Okay? And always make sure that the communication between your marketing and sales team is on point. And if you're a small company and you're an owner that's doing everything, then at least consult with somebody that's outside of your company and make sure you work with them, because you always need a second opinion. All right? So thank you so much for watching. I can say much more and I would love to do it, but like, how much was this? 25 minutes again. Fuck. Thank you so much for watching. If you stuck up until here, you're a real champ. You're a real champ, just so you know. You have a lots of potential in you. If you really listened all the way up until here, then you really have a lot of interest into growing your own business or helping your team. So thank you so much on their behalf, and keep running, keep growing, and message me if you need anything. Thank you so much. Have a nice one.